for me. Run through the land, you run through my soul. Bring me wisdom and peace. Run through all ages and all of life's stages. You bring me around to find my release.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have back one of our star mystery writers, Glenn Ickler. Welcome back, my friend.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes, it is. And he has got the latest book. He writes one, every year or so, right? Just about.
Yeah.
Lanterns of Death.
Yes.
And it takes place in, of course, Martha's Vineyard. And it's Al and Mitch and the whole gang.
Yes, the cartoonist is with them too. But
yeah, the cartoonist. And it opens up, some of you, if you read the, was it the last book?
Arsenic and Old Men.
Arsenic and Old Men. That would be downstairs in the Upton Library also. But there was an attorney who loves to go to a naked beach on Martha's Vineyard.
Yes.
Now, the biggest question I got for Glenn is it true that there is that beach?
Absolutely, I've been there.
No.
I had my suit on. There are actually two beaches on Martha's Vineyard that are clothing optional. There's that one, and then there's another one out by the lighthouse.
Yeah.
You have to walk quite a ways to get to the part where you can take your clothes off on that one. But
I'm sure that you.
and this one, if you go one way, it's bathing suits, and if you go the other way, it's
There's supposed to be a lot of people that you see that you'd rather not. See, put bathing suit on, you're going to lose your lunch over it.
One of my friends been a very prominent attorney there one day.
Oh, yes.
It's really happening.
Yeah, he did?
Yeah.
So this story is kind of based on the truth.
Yeah, that sort of gave me the idea. I mean, and this guy had his little daughter with him, and he wasn't too pleased to see this guy.
Now, the Lantern Festival, is that true also?
Oh, absolutely. It's we had the 150th this year. It's the middle Wednesday of every August. It started in 1869.
All right, now, before we go into, I know what the book is. He knows it.
You like that cover? I made that picture. I shot that picture.
You did it?
It's my next door neighbor's
Lanterns of Death. Yeah, it's got all the different lanterns, and people hang these out. Tell us about this, about what they do.
Well, this is it started out as a Methodist camp meeting sort of thing in the 1840s. And then people started putting up tents to stay there for the weekend or the week. And after that, they started putting platforms under the tents, and the next thing you know, they started putting up wooden walls. And so it's now a National Historic Site. There are about 270 cottages surviving from that. And every year we do the grand illumination where people decorate their cottages with lanterns like that.
And now your story, without giving away the ending, what's it basically about?
Well, it's basically about, in the last book, the three, Mitch and Al and the cartoonist Dave, caught the killer of the victim, who was Dave's uncle, by the way. And in this book, they go back as the star witnesses in the trial of the accused killer. And, of course, nothing ever goes smooth with these poor guys. There is a shooting in the campground of these guys are from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah, this is your background. Yeah, he's from Minnesota.
And there's a shooting in a cottage owned by a guy from St. Paul. So now they're stuck on reporting on the murder of a rather prominent St. Paul attorney and his wife. In addition to dealing with the trial from the previous visit there. So things get a little complicated along the way.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And one of the, what's his name? Manny Govea?
Yeah.
One of the characters in this. He is the He's a detective there? Or no,
He's the head of homicide, yeah.
chief of homicide.
Chief of
He doesn't
homicide.
like Mitch and Al in the cartoon.
He doesn't like newspapers in general, and he especially doesn't like Mitch and Al because they've solved a couple of crimes before he did.
And when he says, like, every time you guys come here, there's a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, one of the last books, it was the two older ladies there. Oh, you're a jewel and I'm a jewel.
Yes.
The older ladies, you're a jewel, I'm a jewel. They are going to be up for murder hit too. They're going to be in court, and now they're trying to get where I am. I think they've just gotten the jury together.
Oh, okay.
Takes long enough.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting a jury because naturally
They knew it
it's
was
a small community and there's a lot of publicity. So.
Do the people? I mean, you participate in the lantern, the illumination.
Oh, sure.
You have a little cottage there.
Yeah.
Are they like little camp cottages? Cute old.
Well, they range in size from mine, which is 1 bedroom, a little 2-story, 1 bedroom, to 4 or 5 bedroom. You know, people have added on over the years things, but basically they started out as like 12 by 30.
You're gone. I mean, you are there. You leave in June or July for the Vineyard.
Yeah.
Every year, and you come back maybe September, October.
I come back about mid-September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is that last time you were in Minnesota? Your home base. When did you go back to visit?
The last time?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a year ago. A year ago this week, as a matter of fact, because one of my sons had a heart attack back there, and I had to go back and help out.
How old is the son?
He was 57. He's okay now.
Yeah.
He's back to work, and everything's going good. But yeah, he had a heart attack at the same time that his brother's wife was having surgery on her Achilles tendon. So there were 2 patients.
In the same hospital?
No, not even the same town.
Okay, so you had to.
Not even the same state, as a matter of fact. The one son
really?
lived in Wisconsin and the other one's in
So
Minnesota.
did you go to Wisconsin also?
Yeah.
So you
I was going back and forth between St. Paul and one of the border towns. And,
driving or did you take planes?
I drove. I had to drive because I was driving for the kid.
Which speaking
I had to
of
drive him to his therapy. I had to drive him to various, to get groceries, and I
Yeah.
had to carry the groceries for him because he couldn't lift anything over 5 pounds.
my husband just went through a surgery and they sent him home. They said, So guess what? When I'd have to clean the kitties' pans, all 3 of them, I had this bucket that's really heavy. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
just putting the trash out, this type of thing.
Yeah, he just.
You are originally from Minnesota.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
you've got quite a history. You got an award. Which was it at the Minnesota?
Well, I've got an award, but the main one, we were nominated for a Pulitzer one year for what we did to stop an airport from being built in the wrong place.
Yeah, definitely. You started, people who haven't met Glenn,
Yeah.
you started after high school. What did you do?
After high school, I went to college, a little liberal arts college called Hamlin University,
Yeah.
which is the oldest college in Minnesota, even
Hamlin.
older than the University of Minnesota.
And you majored in?
I majored in theater and English.
But this is perfect because he writes this. It's like a movie when you read it. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So then you did that, and then when you got out, did you know?
I got out, and
It sounds like prison.
when I got out, the Korean War had just ended, and the draft was still on.
Oh, yeah.
My best buddy and I at college, who lived in the same county, both went to the top of the draft list.
Yeah.
And neither one of us could get a job because nobody's going to hire a guy who's going to be drafted in a month.
Yeah.
And we decided we didn't want to dig foxholes and sleep on the ground. And then we knew about a Marine officer candidate school for college graduates.
Yeah.
So we went to see the Marine recruiter about getting into this.
Yeah.
And things were going along pretty good, and the recruiter asked then near the end of the conversation, do either of you have any physical problems that might create a problem?
Like a 4F.
And my buddy had played high school football and had a trick knee from
Yeah.
high school football, and he mentioned that. And the recruiter said, well, you know, that could be a problem if you were running up the hill in the dark with a machine gun on your back,
Yeah.
and that knee went out.
Yeah.
And Clint looked at me, and I looked at him, and running up a mountain in the dark with a machine gun on your back? Do officers do that? Yeah. We said, yeah, that could be a problem. We got up and walked out. Across the hall, there was a Navy recruiting station that had the same program, and we knew that Navy people didn't run up mountains in the dark with a machine gun on their back. So we went in there, and sure enough, we got into the Navy, and both got into Navy aviation.
Yeah, but you still had to go to basic training, though, right?
We went through 16 weeks of officer candidate school in Newport, Rhode Island.
Is that enjoyable, or is it just, oh,
Oh, it's brutal.
really?
Yeah.
Like mentally brutal or physically brutal?
Well, some of each, because it was in the winter, and I've never had a colder winter than I had on that island in Newport, Rhode Island. You know, even coming from Minnesota,
Yeah.
the humidity there was.
Oh my God.
We had a guy from Texas who had never seen snow or ice.
Yeah.
He could be standing still on a nicey sidewalk and he would
He
fall
goes,
down.
oh my God. Oh, so,
Yeah,
all right.
So we graduated from that,
Yeah.
and we both went into Navy Air, and I wound up in Hawaii, and he wound up on Guam.
So you're separated. Are you still buddies?
Oh yeah, I was there, and I was on my way to his house when I got hit.
Yes, right here in Upton. We are lucky that Glenn
He
is
lives in
sitting here.
Indianapolis. Yeah.
That was in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Well, you also, you almost bought the farm right here in Upton recently.
Wow, yeah.
A four-way stop, and the other person didn't think they needed to. And
Yeah.
they got you? Did he push you further over? Or?
He knocked me right off the road onto it. Luckily, it was a vacant lot.
Oh,
If there had been a house there, I'd have hit it, because I went off at a 45-degree angle and over the curb and just missed the stop sign.
you are so lucky. We are lucky to have him still here. So I think when you wrote to me, you were trying to get by without the car, or they gave you a loaner?
I have a loaner.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, my insurance covers that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be. How long were you without your car?
It has been since the 2nd of December, and I don't get it back until next week sometime.
Yeah, and that guy's insurance pays for that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you take all of his books are based in, like, it seems like Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, but do you take your car over in the ferry with you?
Yeah.
You do.
Yes.
I'm trying to picture.
If I'm just going for a couple of days, no. But if
No.
I'm going to stay, of course I take the car. We got to have a car over there.
Now, you've been appearing at some places. Where have you been most recently?
For
Appear about your book.
Well, actually, the most recently was the Hopedale Library. They have a thing, a Christmas walk, just
Yeah.
about 2 weeks before Christmas every year,
Yeah.
and it covers several places in town, and the library being one of them. And we served them cookies and punch and cider and stuff.
You didn't do anything
And I
about your
had a
book?
table there.
Oh, good. You had your books.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got a lot of books.
I barely got them. You know,
Yeah.
I got the thing was on Saturday, and I got the books on Friday.
Did you get lucky? Did you bring all the books you've written over the years?
Well, yeah.
When I first met you,
I
I
had a whole
remember.
table.
Yeah, you had a whole table, and I was intrigued, and I went over. I'm like, which one do I want to get?
Yeah.
And then this was back in. Let me see. When you were with us in our temporary studio.
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking. That was 2012. Somewhere between 2012 and 2015, we met you over in the other one, and he's been like every year, like clockwork. I told him he's going to outlive us all. Now, Lanterns of Death. How can they get this? How can they?
Well, you can get it through my website, which is glenn.writer.net. You can get it online at Amazon. You can get it on Nook. You can get it through the publisher, which is Outskirts Press.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You can even get copies right down here in Upton Library. We went to the dedicated office.
Yeah, there's a copy there, and you can check it out.
All right, where are you going to be appearing next, or don't you have anything yet?
I'm dickering. I've applied to be at a signing in, what's the name of the town? It's near Pawtucket. Actually, it's near
Cranston? Not Cranston.
No, it's a smaller town than that. Gosh, I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyway, it's in Rhode Island in February.
You're going to be down there at a bookstore or a library?
It's a library.
How'd they find you?
I don't know, they put a feeler out to the Mystery Writers of America, and I belong to the New England chapter of that, and they put it out online saying that they were looking for writers. So
when are you going to be?
Sent in an application yesterday.
Well, unless they're filled up, you wouldn't be.
Yeah, it's the 12th of February or something like
February.
that. Yeah.
Now after that, do you have anything else that's
Yeah.
closer for us to be? A little closer?
After that, it'd probably be, close by here wouldn't be until September with the day in the park.
No, but you're always in, there's something.
Well, I've got one on the Vineyard.
That's it.
No, come to the Vineyard.
Okay, so-
on my front porch, I sell books like crazy.
Yeah, they have a, what do they call it? It's not that lantern night.
Yes, it is. It's the grand illumination night.
So you get to put your books, that's when you
Well,
do
yeah, there's 2,000 people come through the campground that night. I'd be crazy not to put the books out.
That is amazing. Is there a lot? There's a lot.
That's my best day of the year.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
What about back in?
I don't have to go to the ATM for a long time after that.
I mean, do they have a library in the Vineyard, right?
Oh, yes, they do.
And you've probably been there.
Yeah.
You probably have quite the following.
I
Do people
hope so.
recognize you when you walk around? It's a small area, right?
Yeah, it's a small area. People will come up and say, "Oh, I've got all your books."
How about Nantucket? Do you take
Or
the...
somebody will come along and say, "And buy 6 at a time." That's kind of nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hand you $100 bill.
Do you go to Nantucket at all?
No, I've never been to Nantucket.
I wonder what the difference is between Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard, what the pull is on each one of them. What makes them so much fun to go to? People love it.
I don't know.
I took that boat from Hyannis over to Ferry to the Martha's Vineyard and probably won't do it again. I was not a happy camper.
Oh,
The Atlantic is this, and I'm like, and I have a problem with my inner ear, and I'm like, oh. And they said, well, focus on the horizon. I didn't do it.
the horizon.
Yeah. So I went
I've done
downstairs.
that on an ocean liner.
Oh, you too? Did you get sick?
No, but
Oh.
we were with a couple of the
Oh,
woman
that's right.
was
The woman
pregnant.
threw up
She
on
got
you.
sick.
She threw up on you, didn't she?
Huh?
Did she throw up on you?
No, she didn't. I had one climb into my lap.
She was so scared.
Yeah, she was so scared. The boat was bouncing like crazy.
And where was this?
This was going between Woods Hole and the Vineyard.
They weren't prepared, as I wasn't.
Yeah.
The Atlantic
This was
is
a
rough.
smaller boat too. It was
You were the small-
the Island Queen. It doesn't carry cars. It's a little smaller boat.
I had
And it
one.
was really a rough ride.
Yeah.
And this woman who had never been on it before was sitting on one side, and my wife is on this side.
Yeah.
This woman is crawling all over me, and Joe is laughing like crazy.
Oh, you're just lucky you didn't get in your lap.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't prepared. The Atlantic, it's different, as they say, than the Pacific, which isn't as choppy.
Yeah.
I'm better on a lake,
Okay.
or something. I never went back. I went over there. I don't remember much about the visit, but I wouldn't be good in a whale watch. Have you been on a whale watch?
Oh, we've been on several.
Oh,
Every time somebody from Minnesota comes out to visit us, we take them on a whale watch.
Are you serious?
I'm kidding.
Nobody tosses their cookies on that?
No.
I would not be happy at all. Now, we're talking again with Glenn Ickler, and he's a favorite of ours. He's been with us for many years, and he's got another one out, a Mitch and Al mystery, Lanterns of Death. Explain to the people who don't know about you who Mitch and Al are.
Well, I worked for newspapers all my working life, and when I retired, I started writing these. And my main characters are a newspaper reporter and photographer team who manage to solve crimes before the cops do, but always get into trouble doing it.
Oh, yeah. And the humor. You're good with the plays on words, too.
Yes.
You're very good.
I try to make it kind of fun to read.
Oh, it is. It is. And the thing is, the chapters are not humongous. They're not really super long. I know that It's gone. So it makes you feel like, okay, I'm going to the next part. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Like autopsy time. You are. I got to remind viewers. I knew you were going to be there. We went over to the Hopedale Library. You were on a panel of 3.
Mhm.
And what happens is one author goes up first and talks to the audience and so forth. Well, Glenn did you choose to go up first? Did you choose or did they just say go?
They just said,
Yeah, well, Glenn Ickler, our mystery author, got up there and he said, my name is Glenn Ickler, and I kill people. I'm like, that got everyone's attention right off the bat. And one of the younger authors that was with him said to me later when he was on the show, he said, how do you top that? How will that act? He knew right off the bat that you were a real pro. Did you think about that on your feet, or did you know you were going to say that?
I knew I was going to. I used the same line on the Vineyard, and also got a terrific response from the crowd.
Yeah, I kill people.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Lanterns of Death. Now I know, well, my gut with you is usually pretty good. There's another one in the works, isn't there? Another book. Isn't there anyone coming up? Better be.
There wasn't going to be, but I found myself starting it.
Do you know the name of it yet? The title?
I think it's going to be Dead Tellers Tell No Tales.
Teller, that would be a bank, right? From a bank?
No, it would be a storyteller at the Storytelling Festival, which I go to every year.
Where is that?
It's in a little town in Tennessee
A storyteller.
called Jonesboro. It's the National Storytelling Festival. It's held the first full weekend of October every year, and I've been going there for 10 years.
But it's storytelling. You tell about your books there? What do you do?
No, it's people who make their living on their feet telling stories.
You make it up as you go? Or you know?
No.
Is it real?
These are pros. These are very people who write their stories and rehearse them, and
Are they memoirs or just sort of like fiction?
they range from fairy tales to personal,
Yeah.
my daddy did this and my daddy did that.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is a guy who has won several national awards for the Liars Club.
The Liars Club?
He's invented a town called Half Dollar, West Virginia.
And do people buy into it?
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious. I mean,
He's a comedian.
you
See?
fall out of your chair laughing at him.
And they made the story up.
He makes these stories up, and they're just incredibly funny.
He's a stand-up, basically. Now, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything like that around here.
We really, well,
Do we?
no, not really. There used to be, what got started me with storytelling was there used to be a festival on Martha's Vineyard,
Yeah.
run by a woman who is a national figure, lives in Oak Bluffs, lives in the campground, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
We grew up in the campground. And she is a internationally known storyteller, and she started a festival on the Vineyard and brought in these people, and I got hooked on it.
Is it still there?
And she finally gave it up because it was too much. She couldn't handle it
Well,
anymore.
why didn't someone else take over for her?
Who knows? Nobody wanted the headache, I guess.
Glenn, are you going to be at Hopedale Library again anytime soon?
Signing books, you mean?
Yeah, doing your thing.
No, not until I'll be there again in December, next December.
Next December. We just missed him.
Yeah, you just missed this one.
Yeah, because he's going to sneak over to Martha's
But
Vineyard.
I'll
He'll
be
be
doing
there.
this one in September in the park there in Hopedale.
I know, he can't
Day in
stop
the-
writing.
Day in the park.
Stay in the park. You're there
Yeah.
in Hopedale. You know, did I tell you about the one in Cranston?
I'll be in Framingham in October on the Framingham Common, Pies on the Common that the Unitarian Universalist Church does.
How did you find out about that one? That's cool.
I go to church there.
Oh, Framingham.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
which church is it?
The Unitarian Universalist.
Okay, right there on the Common in
Yeah.
Framingham.
Mm-hmm.
What's the date that you're going to be there?
That'll be the second weekend of October.
Well, it's quite a ways
Whatever
away,
the
but
dates are, yeah.
yeah. Now,
Yeah.
you're not thinking of stopping writing. You can't.
Well,
You're young at
no.
heart. What the heck? With the talent?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You can't. You're not
I
serious.
can't stop myself.
No.
I'm like a madman.
Right. Do you get that urge? It's like an itch you got to scratch.
Yes, as a matter
I
of
got to
fact.
do this.
Yeah.
I got to do this.
Yeah.
Now, your kids know this, right? They know what you're like, and they know, oh, Dad's going to have another one coming.
Well, they know I use their names too.
Mitch and Al.
Yes,
Is it Albert or Ellen?
Alan.
And then Mitch.
My kids' names are Warren, Alan, Jeffrey, and Mitchell. And in the characters in the
They're
books are Warren Mitchell and Alan Jeffrey.
The one, I haven't met your kids, but I think all three of your books, I always see you as the one who's doing the most storytelling. Is that Al? Who's that? Is that Al or Mitch? The one who, it seems like,
Oh,
Who does this?
Mitch is doing the...
that's who I see as being
Yeah.
one of them. I don't see, like, the younger, I see you. And that's how I get through it. I'm like, because that sense of humor that Glenn has comes right through the pages.
Mm.
And he'd get us. I just started it, and I was going to try and finish it last night, but when it's 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm like, maybe it's time to pack it in. I think Glenn will understand. Glenn, we're going to wrap it up again. How can they get a copy of Lanterns of Death?
Well, they can get it through my website, glennwriter.net. They can get it online at Amazon. They can get it from Nook. They can get it from outskirtspress.com. They can order it from their favorite bookstore.
Tatnuck? How about Tatnuck? Have they got some over there? Tatnuck over in Westboro?
You can get it through them. Yeah, they'll order it for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I know your books, at least I saw 1 or 2 over in Hopedale Library stashed in the regular section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, I know that guy. I think those books.
Yeah.
Hopedale Library is beautiful. It really is. But I told you, there's a rocking chair down towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get too crazy rocking, because that thing is not quite.
Well, it's probably 150 years old.
I found out, I'm like,
It's older than I am.
No! All right, so maybe next fall we'll have your next.
I hope to get it out a little quicker than I get this one done.
That's okay. You got to keep
I had
it
a lot
going.
of interruptions trying to write this one.
You got to itch. You got to scratch.
Real life gets in the way of...
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be the next one on the Vineyard for sale when you're down there this summer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You put all your books out there, or just been
I
released?
put them all out, sure.
Of course, he's got a
You'd
ton
be
of them.
surprised that a lot of people want the first book in the series.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, catch this down in the Upton Library. There's a copy in the dedicated local authors section,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see him again. We're hoping real soon. Don't you give this up. Don't do that.
Oh, I wouldn't. I know it would break your heart.
No, you're going to let us all down. Gosh, you've been with us since 2012 or 2013.
Must have been 12.
Yep, I remember you. He's hung in there. We were
It had to be 12 because Joe's there.
Yeah, we're going. Yes, we're going on 8 years now. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, you. We'll be reserving a seat for you
Oh, good.
right there. Okay, we'll see you next time. Will be my guest.
Yeah.